Because he can. No. Nice. So I take it we're just waiting for... I
woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack I was pouring. Damn, she got some nerve, way she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve, 'cause I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Yeah. She said don't come home if you go to the bar. So I said okay baby, then got drunk out in the yard. 2 a.m. I knock up on the door, but she never unlocked it. Guess I don't live there no more. Yeah, she made lights off this time. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone drop on a love jack I was pouring. Now she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone drop on a love jack I was pouring. Now she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve. Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us. Girl, where you been at? Don't try to lie. I smell his cologne on your shirt, it's hard to breathe in. You're quite the actress, you make me sick. Yeah, I just wanna get the truth to plead the fifth. You turn out the lights, kick off your shoes, lay in our bed. And you whisper sweet nothings in my ear, but I can't trust a word you said. You're a fucking bitch, hope you know that shit. You can never trust a hoe, had to learn that quick. How many others are you sleeping with? All I know is I don't deserve this. You're a fucking bitch, hope you know that shit. You can never trust a hoe, had to learn that quick. How many others are you sleeping with? All I know is I don't deserve this. Go ahead, yeah, just play the victim. Go tell your friends if I was there you wouldn't need them. And justify that, not you had in his bed. I'm sorry I was busy working trying to pay our debts. You turn out the lights, kick off your shoes, lay in our bed. And you whisper sweet nothings in my ear, but I can't get them out of my head. You're a fucking bitch, hope you know that shit. You can never trust a hoe, had to learn that quick. How many others are you sleeping with? All I know is I don't deserve this. You're a fucking bitch, hope you know that shit. You can never trust a hoe, had to learn that quick. How many others are you sleeping with? All I know is I don't deserve this.
First saved message.
I know I fucked up. It's one mistake. Please, don't leave me. I'll do better. I promise I'll do better. Please.
You're a fucking bitch, hope you know that shit. You can never trust a hoe, had to learn that quick. How many others are you sleeping with? All I know is I don't deserve this. You're a fucking bitch, hope you know that shit. You can never trust a hoe, had to learn that quick. How many others are you sleeping with? All I know is I don't deserve this.
Hey Emma, how you doing? We're waiting for one more member to show up to the game, then we'll get started. Oh no, I had myself muted for a little bit because I was talking to someone in my room. And then I forgot that I was muted. And none of you want to hear the conversation that's going on in Discord. It's insane. Maybe. They should be... I have just music playing.
Dream right now. Stop, drop. Should I man? Met a girl downtown at the bar last night and we got talking. Said she likes cheap drinks and tattoos and Morgan Wallen. She said, what about you? I said, I like late night bonfires, Yellowstone, Whiskey Myers, and lifted trucks with mud on the tires. And I'm back, feeling like $1,000,000, still trying to live it up live in America. Grew up in the Appalachian Mountains south of the Mason-Dixon in a small town area. Been trying to tell y'all for a minute that I'm here, I ain't going nowhere anytime soon. I'm in my hometown right now with the windows down at the cookout drive-thru. Pull up, hop out, Walmart, late night. Redbox, movie, you, me, date night. This that full moon rising, girl, I'm full of surprises. Camo pants with that Air Johns, I'm so stylish. Don't ask me for my opinion, I don't want y'all to get offended. Everybody's just so sensitive, it's crazy, it's ruined so many friendships. Okay, I'm gonna come back later, why would I care about my haters? All I care about's my friends, my family, and my Lord and Savior. I'm back now, on the track now. West Virginia's finally on the map now. I just do my thing, let my guitar sing like hey, 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 hey. Back in this thing like I never left. My flow is heaven sent, I'm eating jerky turkey is venison. I am pure excellence, I am the excrement. Everybody's in the room, I'm the elephant. Hopping in my truck, I'm coming. Keep that engine running. Just caught me a new chain with yellow stones. I feel like John Dutton. Y'all boys lame like Jamie. Me, I'm more like Casey. On these tracks, I'm Beth. Cause I go crazy. Yeah, I'm wild and free. Got riders with me. They call my boy Rip, cause when you see him, it's R.I.P. Met a girl downtown at the bar last night and we got to talking. Said she likes cheap drinks and tattoos and Morgan Wallen. She said, what about you? I said, I like late night bonfires, Yellowstone, Whiskey Myers, and lifted trucks with mud on the tires, and I'm back. I ain't no stranger to the feeling of heartbreak, hard liquor, pain and healing. And if you saw the bottom of the bottom, no, you wouldn't believe it. And I done calloused up my hands picking up these pieces. So tell me, have you ever been broken, ever been hopeless, ever been pissed off at this life, ever been damaged, ever been stranded, ever ran out of tears to cry? I'm praying on my knees, Lord, I can't get no sleep. So tell me, have you ever been broken? I need a long drive, I need a cold one. Got too much pressure on my mind, I need a roll one. I'm from them ball tires, I'm from them dirt floors, I'm from that AC in the window that don't work no more. So before I fold this hand I'm holding, won't you tell me, have you ever been broken, ever been hopeless, ever been pissed off at this life, ever been damaged, ever been stranded, ever ran out of tears to cry? I'm praying on my knees, Lord, I can't get no sleep. So tell me, have you ever been broken? I feel so empty, hollow and down. Inside this whiskey bottle I drown. I wonder if I'll make it out. Yeah, I wonder if I'll make it out. Tell me, have you ever been broken, ever been hopeless, ever been pissed off at this life, ever been damaged, ever been stranded, ever ran out of tears to cry? I'm praying on my knees, Lord, I can't get no sleep. So tell me, have you ever been broken?
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that
Bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine steel. I'm hurting. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack I was pouring. Damn, she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve, 'cause I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Yeah. She said, don't come home if you go to the bar. So I said, okay, baby, then got drunk out in the yard. 2 a.m. I knock, knock, knock up on the door. empty bag of corn to rest my head. A camo jacket for a blanket, then passed out like I was dead. Still got one heck of a buzz. If I look like a train wreck, it's because I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack I was pouring. Damn, she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve. 'Cause I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Yeah. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Yes, I did. I can't believe I gotta be at work at 9. That fucking bird's about to catch this 45. Oh, I guess if this really is goodbye, at least I took my boots off this time. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack I was pouring. Now she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack I was pouring. Now she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve. What if the love that I'm missing is finally taking control? What if the drugs in my system are finally taking a toll? What if I bleed? The whole world will see my heart. Lord, what I need, have mercy on me, please, God. I don't wanna wake up. I'm living in a dream right now. Only place I ain't a fuck up. Only place for me to be right now. I only feel right when I'm doing wrong. I only feel right when I'm doing wrong. I only feel right when I'm doing wrong. I only feel right, said I only feel right. What if the darkness inside of me's finally taking my soul? What if the angels in heaven were sent to take me home? Would they fight through the demons that I have in my life? Lord, I'm believing, eventually see the light. I don't wanna wake up. I'm living in a dream right now. Only place I ain't a fuck up. Only place for me to be right now. I only feel right when I'm doing wrong. I only feel right when I'm doing wrong. I only feel right when I'm doing wrong. I only feel right, said I only feel right. What if the moon disappears and the sun doesn't light up the sky?
Alright. If you could give us the recap, I'm gonna unmute Discord now.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Ready?
The shadow government is hoarding frozen shrimp to try and trick you into selling your Bitcoin.
Okay, he was telling me that he was ready, not you.
I just wanted to start the stream with something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
As always. Anyway, one last one.
Yeah.
Okay. So last time there's an echo. Last time we fought Veer's men down to the last few survivors, who all chose to flee instead of dying. Cowards. The exception being the dirty killer's enforcer. He was willing to take us all with him. So Asim just took him out instead, beheading him so thoroughly that his head went sailing over the side of the ship. And then Zir, Ayane, and their warlock got away. We used the remaining bodies to balance the ship. I took a bite out of the Enforcer, and we looted everything and captured one of their crew. Out of all the things we found the North Star pendant flag that can summon a pirate angel that can be called once, as well as the flag itself provides us with temporary HP equal to level and another benefit while we have it on our ship. We found a total of 5,060 gold. We found the blue lens for the magic spyglass and a barely preserved scrap of paper with a cryptic note. All the gold we got was ancient, so we asked Evan, our archaeologist, and Kossel, our ex-trade guild secret agent, to appraise them. Neither of them recognized the worn iconography on the coins, but Kossel sent a sample to his SEA people to dig something up, and he seemed really excited about it, so we're hoping for good news on that. Then we questioned our prisoner on Zir's bounties and found out that the warlock that was with him had been the one to actually hire his whole crew, and that they were looking for the blue jewel, whatever that is. Once questioning was done, Gilator convinced him to join our crew, and I let Sifrino get a good look at our new flag before we hoisted it. Oh, note to myself, watch to see what sinks Zir's ship on the way out, because we need to know what does that.
True.
That's the recap.
All right.
Nice.
I'm trying to decide if someone really tries to push the issue of what is the blue jewel. Is it more convincing to say that it was inside us all along, or it's the friends we made along the way?
How about both?
If anybody else
Amandi is the only one who the friends we made along the way have been inside her the whole time.
Oh God.
I mean, technically,
True.
no. I haven't
They're
eaten
not-
any of you.
They might have started.
There's so
Yeah,
many
but
places.
But if enemies are just friends you haven't made yet, then by the transitive property.
I mean, friends you haven't made yet and the friends you haven't ate yet are still different.
True. True. Facts. Facts.
Anyway, I concede. So
Push the map. Push the map.
There is no map right now.
Oh, there's no map?
Unless you want the world map.
Yeah.
I think I have that.
Yeah, you
Old
guys
map
Um,
always
Here it
helps.
is.
So we are going to start trying to figure out the trajectory of basically where we think we have to go. Let's take a brief stock here. How are we doing on supplies? Well, we still have to get off this island.
Yeah.
Well, we're back on our ship as far as I know.
No.
No, we're still on the. Oh no, we are back on the ship. Yeah, we have
got
to get
back
out
to the
of
ship,
here.
but you're still docked like
Right.
offshore of the island.
That's fine, because I need to see how Zir's ship sinks.
You don't see any ship like nearby you in sight at all.
Wait, so as we descended, his ship disappeared already?
Yeah, I mean, you guys took a while to like gather up all the
Oh.
treasure and investigate the ship and search the whole thing. So
Damn. Okay. What kind of checks do we have to make to get off this island?
well, we're gonna do a skill challenge.
Oh
Ooh,
boy.
a skill challenge.
Yes.
So much fun.
Okay.
So as you guys weigh anchor and set sail, the seas are a lot choppier on leaving than when you came in. The ship is rocking like crazy. You you see a lot of people, even some of your more experienced crew, are having trouble like keeping balance on the deck, finding their sea legs. Who's sailing the ship right now? What is everybody doing?
Oh,
Asim is our navigator, so he's likely steering.
yeah.
Okay.
I
What's
think-
Amandi doing?
Well, I was previously on the lookout for Zier's ship, so I'm trying to see if I can see. I assume I saw like the flag on his ship before he left, since we saw his ship start to depart. So I'm trying to see if I see any new signs of shipwreck with the similar flag, or catch a view of like what I assume is the sea monster that potentially ate his ship. Because considering the waves, I'm thinking it gave him indigestion. That's why.
Mhm.
How many successes do we need again?
I have not said yet. Hold on one second. Okay, so let me set up the skill challenge tracker. Why is the DC different on all of these? Clear rolls and DCs. Okay. So the DC of this skill challenge will be 20 as the default. This is a very difficult challenge. I need 12 successes before 3 failures.
Oh, we
I don't know
both.
if that's
Possible. It is possible.
I'd like to start things off, if possible.
Fail 0 times if you roll really high, but
12 before
if
3 on a
if you
20?
can give me like skills that would like be extremely appropriate, or like good narration of like what you're doing to make it through like away from this island, I will give you bonuses to your roll.
Okay.
But as of now, we can go in any order. So, Lan, you had something you wanted to do. What is everybody doing? So, Amandi's on lookout. Asim is at the helm. Is that right?
Yes.
Running around the ship, like yelling about battening down hatches, and hoisting yard arms and whatnot.
Gotcha. Okay.
Boastening, just general boastening things.
Right.
And I'm gonna start things off with an intimidate. What's up?
Well, I want to know what everybody's doing before we start.
Sorry.
Skeletor, you're what?
I am commanding the crew. I'm the captain. I have to.
Okay, so you're commanding.
I assume your role is basically all the information that we have getting filtered to you.
Right. So you're
So it's
controlling
like
everything.
Yeah.
You basically say make the ship move left, and then you trust like, okay, Amandi figure out what's the clearest path left. Asim figure out how to get us down
Right.
that path. I figure out how to make all the crew do that. Gelf participates.
Okay, Gelf, what are you doing on the ship?
Bleeding quietly.
Reading?
Bleeding. I'm very wounded.
Are we?
So am I. You don't hear me crying about it.
Oh, that's true. I think you guys are had at least a short rest.
I don't have any more healing surges, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, so let's go
Fuck it,
ahead and mark that off.
we ball.
Oh, we short rested. I do have healing surges that I can use.
There you go. So anybody who wants to use healing surges can.
Okay. Okay, I'm good.
All right.
Fuck it, we ball.
All right. I need to spend a healing surge.
But yeah. Honestly, and this is just giving Gelf an idea for later. You're the cannoneer downstairs, correct?
I am.
Honestly, yeah, I'm assuming, Ben, like spires of like sharp pointy rocks, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that too. Here's what
I was gonna say a decent role for you to contribute later is just using the cannons to blow apart potential hazards in the water.
Maybe. So what I will say is instead of like the normal like you need 3 failures, every time you fail, the ship will take some damage.
Okay.
Oh, not that I like.
No, that we can spend money to fix that.
Yeah.
Fuck
True.
it, we ball.
All right.
And now we have a bunch of money from all the money we just found.
Yeah.
Now I don't have any skills that can help in this endeavor, so I'll just sit this one out. What kind
Well,
of
no,
powers have I got?
Well, no, remember, yeah. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say,
Anything you do have.
real quick, Ben, I'm gonna start us off with an intimidation roll. Just trying to make these sailors know that, like, I promise you, however scared you are of like the hazards in the ocean, I will do worse to you if you wreck my ship.
Okay, go ahead.
Just like the usual, like threatening, like keep yourself in line, lads. It's your first day on the ocean, like drill sergeanting.
Got it. Okay, give me that check. Excellent. Okay.
That pass?
No, that fails. The DC 20.
Fuck. Oh, DC. Fuck. Fuck it. Can I use my my bardic ability to just give myself a nat 20?
Is that a thing?
Yeah. It is called Words of Friendship, I believe.
Only if you sing your orders in a poem.
Before the end of your next turn. So this is not a diplomacy.
Nope. It is a. You've told me in the past that I can, in fact, use it for intimidation because that's how Lan mostly interacts with the crew.
Okay, sure. If you spend words of friendship, we'll say
Burn it. Burn it. So that's a 31.
Okay. So that succeeds.
Let me sing you a little song, crew. It's called "My Boot in Your Ass."
Let me look up the formula for how to write a limerick real quick.
Nice. So as you guys weigh anchor, the sails come down, the ship slowly moves out onto the waves. It's super choppy, ship's going up and down, it's crashing through the wake. There's very shallow reefs and sharp rocks everywhere. The crew is barely managing to hold the ship afloat as your guys are heading out to sea. Who would else like to do something? Who else would like to attempt a roll?
So for navigation, what would that roll?
For navigation.
Yeah.
We can do. I think we've been doing perception.
Perception. There is perception. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So you're trying to navigate through this, through the waves and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
I go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's gonna succeed. So yeah, you're able to sail around the initial like shallow reefs that are close to the islands. As you continue out to sea, the waves just get choppier. The boat is like being thrown up in the air as it arcs over waves and hits the water with a loud bang. It sounds like cannonballs are going off every time the ship goes down. That's pretty good.
Thank you. Rather quick one, but I think it gets the point across.
I think it's good, yeah. All right, who's going next?
Oh, real quick for the stream. The waves, they crash on the ship. On the ropes, your hands should not slip. If you piss off this goat, then around your throat is where I will tighten my grip.
Love it.
You know, if you had wrote that before you rolled, I would have given you a bonus.
Yeah, you know. We live and learn.
Just start keeping a list of limericks on hand for future roll.
Yeah.
Right?
Or let somebody else go first while you write it.
Yeah, you know.
Who else would like to go? Who would like to go next?
I could try. Considering I don't know how well this would work. I am definitely assuming there is a sea monster here, given how often we have seen sea monsters that's doing this. So perhaps an insight roll to see what the sea monster is up to. Try to figure it out.
Okay. So you're rolling insight. I feel like you'd have to see the thing first in order to roll insight on something. I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
You could make it like a perception and try and spot like if the roiling of the ocean indicates a body under it.
A singularity roll perception.
That would work. If you wanted to try nature roll to like see if this is like an area where sea monsters would tend to live and like avoid the areas of the island where the sea monster would live, something like that.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. That's actually my literal best skill.
Fair. Okay.
I like never use nature. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
22.
Nice. Okay, so like that the shallows here have like some sea caves down where like if a sea monster were to live here, it would probably be in like specific points of the island, like the lagoon you sailed out of and stuff. So you assist in the navigation of the ship away from the hotspots of those areas.
Okay.
What if we hang Amandi off the side of the ship and she simply eats the waves?
There's a
Pardon
word for something like that. Drinking.
Okay, who else would like to go next? It's Gelf or Gillator. Which one of you have something you would like to do?
I would like to roll an athletics to help haul the rope and hoist the sails and hack the mainframe and
Okay.
other boat turns.
Yeah, that's fine. You want to get your hands dirty and get in there with your crew? Give me an athletics.
I cannot believe that it bounced off of a 19 and got a 1.
Nice.
I mean, I can because it's me and I roll like shit, and I've literally needed to roll a 10 or better. But
yeah. Okay, cool.
Yes, I can
so we are going.
All of you, it's like all of you rotten landlubbers, hoist! It's like hoist the yardarms, tow that rope. I swear to the seas of Captain, if you'd be so kind as to grab that one right over there. Yeah, thank you, sir.
I try and grab a rope, but I use the wrong hand and I snip it with my claw.
Whoops.
It's all well and good there, sir. No trouble at all.
Okay, so for your first failure, I'm going to roll 1 hit as if you were shot by a cannonball. Although instead of rolling a d10 and a 1, 2, or 3 as a miss, I'm just going to roll a d8 plus 2. So basically, the odds are less that it's going to a miss and that it doesn't hit you. So there is a 1 out of 8 chance that it doesn't do anything on a 1.
I literally have. I literally have 2s in athletics and endurance. Both are qualities a sailor really needs.
I mean, there's other things that you could do as a sailor. Like
yeah, but you've got magic.
Yeah,
I
you
have
got
a 1 in thievery, and
Let me think.
My fucking.
Sorry.
So yeah, your hull. You lose 1 point of your hull.
that's fine. We'll fix it.
So it's a 9 out of 10.
We'll get it back. It's fine. It's but a flesh wound.
Okay, so Gelf, you're the last one to go. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to roll my insight, since that's essentially offering my insight to the captain as to what shoals to avoid and what courses of action to take.
Okay, go ahead.
I will say, Ben, this is your judgment call here, but insight is typically more for like empathy or emotional roles. I think what he's describing is nature
That is fair. Yeah, true.
or survival.
Ooh, survival. I don't have
Yeah.
survival. Well, I
The
rolled a 7 in any case, so whatever I rolled is going to fail.
Yeah, even your highest skills are not high enough to make a 7 succeed. So that's
Nope.
going to
Inside it needed a 16. What did we need?
a 20.
Um,
So that's going to fail. So we are going to roll.
Oh boy. I tried so hard to be useful.
Ah, you're fine.
All right, so we got a 4 and a 7. So a 4 is cargo, and a 7 is crew. So cargo gets hit down to a 9. I believe you only have 5 like actual cargo used up, so nothing is destroyed yet. And then your crew goes down to a 2. Lanolin, please make me a morale check.
Okay, let me see what my ability is that helps with this.
Yeah, so the morale check is
Equal to your level.
yes. Okay, so give me before you roll.
Yep.
Yeah, roll me either like diplomacy or intimidate to keep the crew in line and keep their focus on survival.
Which one I decide to roll, like, will whichever one I roll affect like the outcome we receive? Like, if I choose to do this in a diplomatic way versus an intimidating way, could that potentially yield us a better result?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's up to how you want to roleplay it, really. Basically, what happens is Gelf is standing at the bow of the ship, trying to call out any hazards they see. They miss one, and the ship, the waves crash down, and the ship smashes into some sharp rocks jutting out of the ocean floor, and a couple of crew get knocked overboard.
I think I'm gonna still use intimidation,
Okay.
but I'm gonna start shifting my approach, less of like, I am your commanding officer and I am going to discipline you if you do this, and it's more like I'm gonna start more angling it towards like, we are all in this together. Keep your head about you because this is a very dangerous situation. And if you if you keep your fucking focus, we're gonna make it out of here. But I need you I need you on the ball right now.
Yeah.
So it's still coming from a place of like, I'm trying to use fear to motivate, but I'm gonna shift away from basically my normal approach of making myself the target.
Yeah, so you need to make me a crew check, which is either diplomacy or intimidate, plus the crew stat, which is currently 2, plus the crew's morale modifier, which is 5. So
plus my level.
Check, plus 7. So add 7 to whatever you're doing.
Well, so it's plus my level, correct?
If that's your ability, I don't know.
That is my ability, yes. It's well, it specifically says
morale checks equal to your level. Yes, correct. So you guys are level 5 still, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so
plus 12?
Plus 12, yeah.
We got this, boys.
Your DC is 30 because your crew is Die Hard.
We may not have this, boys.
So Die Hard is very difficult to keep the crew at. You just barely pass.
The crew. I hate digital dice. I wish they would just give us the number instead of giving me hope. Like wobbling.
No, it's just like real life. You call out to your crew as a couple of men go overboard. Let's see. Does any of the named dudes here?
No, I was worried about that.
Yeah, no, I was hoping you wouldn't.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
If it's one of my favorites, I will jump over to try to get them back.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wait, is there only 19? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there is 19. So I'm gonna roll
I
3.
know.
I'm gonna roll a d20 and see which. Actually, you know what? You're gonna roll a d20 and see which crew dies.
So
On a nat 20, none of them die. Somebody just gets injured on deck and they're out of commission for this,
Okay.
but you'll be able to heal them later.
All right. As captain, I will roll. I got a 6. Who dies?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Aw.
Marigold, Goldie, Halfling, Barrelman.
okay, I have a question.
Yes.
And I'm not sure like if you'll count this towards. I guess it is benefiting us getting out because it's like having an extra set of hands on board and it helps with morale and everything. As I see Goldie get swept off the deck, can I use one of my abilities that teleports allies to teleport them back onto the ship? And it's not a benefit directly because they're still going to be injured. So it's not a direct benefit of like helping the ship, but just like to like keep it in the mind of the crew, like as so long as I have a say, no one is getting left behind here.
Okay. If you burn the power and make me make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
With the DC of the skill challenge, DC 20,
Okay.
to save her.
Okay. Does it matter what power I use?
Whichever power teleports people.
Fuck.
If you have a power that teleports people, like lesser dimensional step, I think teleports your ally.
Yeah, that I was gonna go victim of the Feywild.
Yeah, I mean, and you
It doesn't matter because it isn't like a combat encounter, but
no, either one, it doesn't matter.
okay. So Arcana check, DC 20.
Yep.
Let's go. Oh fuck! I might have lied to you earlier, by the way.
About?
Oh, I got two of my skills mixed up. Remember earlier the diplomacy thing I rolled where I used words of friendship?
Yeah.
I got that confused with Bardic lore. Words of friendship gives me a +5 power bonus to my next diplomacy or intimidation roll. So that means I would have only gotten a 9 + 11. So I would have only gotten a 19. I wouldn't have passed that challenge.
Well, a 9 + 11 is 20 still.
I can't do math. Never mind. We continue. But yeah, so this is
Go ahead, roll me Arcana.
I'm trying to figure out whether I want to use Bardic lore to just. This is the one that gives me a 20 on an Arcana check.
Okay. If you.
But I'm trying to see
instead of the skill challenge. This does not count as a success on the skill challenge. This
sorry. That's what I was asking. Is can I use this for one of my skill challenges?
No. This is to save her is like a different thing that you are now expending resources to try to save her and guide the ship to safety at the same time.
Okay, then yeah, I'll roll the Arcana.
No.
Sorry, Goldie.
Yeah. Goldie gets swept away in the waves.
That's unfortunate, but at least it wasn't one of my favorites.
Wow.
If Gilitor is like on the deck, like
to be fair, I'm very bad at actually role playing any of these NPCs to the point where like you'd know any of them. So I assume only the ones that you've actually interacted with will probably be important.
Yeah. I was gonna say, just if Gilitor is like boots on the ground on deck, he actually gets to watch as Lan like starts to undergo the stages of grief and then like visibly compartmentalizes that information of like, no, I'm in like we are in a stressful situation. I am in work mode. I will compartmentalize. I will shut that down and deal with that later.
Yep, and that transfers. Like the crew senses it, and it definitely, like, the crew kind of gets into that mindset as well of like, it's like, we're gonna make it out of this. Like, we just got to keep pushing.
We're gonna make it out of this, but we have a job to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that goes in the vault.
Mhm. Okay, so that is round 1 of everybody making.
That was
roll.
round 1.
Yeah, you have to. Well, I mean, there's just everybody doing that. We're gonna have as many rounds as it takes until you get.
What
to
are we
12.
at? What are we at?
You have 3 successes and 2 failures.
Oh fuck.
The failure count doesn't actually matter. Getting 3 failures like a normal.
So we
skill
have a 2 out of 12.
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't negate it. The failure count doesn't actually matter. Every time you fail, you're
It's
just
just
gonna
if
have
we
to-
still. It's just if we still have a ship by the end of this.
Right. Yeah. So you have 3 out of 12 successes.
Now,
So
I know mechanically our crew took a hit. This named character, did I see the light leave their eyes, or did I just see them go off the ship?
you see them swept away. Yeah.
A
Can I
wave
roll
hit.
endurance to go in after them?
This is not going to be part of the skill challenge.
We can't
This is not
stop
gonna
the
give you a
ship.
success on the skill challenge.
Are you saying like
Oh,
tie a rope to your waist and throw yourself in?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out things to do for the skill challenge, and keeping my crew from dying is like the only thing that I can think of.
No, but that doesn't actively keep us. That doesn't actively. That was the same thing I tried to do. It doesn't actively get us out of this situation.
Right. The skill challenge is to get away from the island with your ship intact. Saving her is not.
Yeah, if I see Giltor like grabbing a rope and starting to do this, I like grab. It's a rare moment of Lan actually like standing up to you, but I like grab the rope away and I like grab both sides of your head to like focus you in. And it's like, I know she's gone. Like, do you wanna go in after her and lose yourself and the rest of the crew? Or do you want to have all of us live long enough to mourn her later?
Being said, I'm trying to think. I, Daniel, don't know how to sail. I don't know any of my abilities other than I already used athletics, so the only thing I can think of is endurance to do the same thing I just did with athletics.
If we're gonna get like, because normally on a ship where like there's giant waves like sloshing across the deck, there are frequently times where if it's like there's a big wave coming, you basically tell all the sailors like, hey, just for a second, drop what you're doing and just hunker down. We could just say like, hey, when we see a particularly big wave coming, just basically hand everything to like hand the wheel to Giltor and he just braces against it. It's like, I'm just gonna take the fucking hit. Like, I'm gonna take the hit and keep standing because you know you're sturdy enough.
Sure.
Ben, could that work?
Yeah, if you want to roll endurance for that.
Alright, endurance +8. I need a 12 or better. Hey, that's 2 nat 1.
Oh my god.
I'm going to go eat my own asshole. I'll see you all later.
Roll for it.
Ew, gross.
Roll acrobatics.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Kill more of my crew.
Oh my god. Yeah. So that's a failure. So we're gonna do 1, 2,
My God.
3.
At the risk of sounding very callous, we can always get more crew.
That's
Yeah. As long as they're not my favorites, yeah.
So that's 2 hits to the cargo and 1 hit to hull. So the cargo goes down to a 7, and hull goes down to an 8. I think I am just going to start rolling the d10 again because the d8 thing is very annoying to have to do the +2 every time. It's not really that big of a difference. Okay, so Giltor has attempted to brace, but as you do, basically the waves smash into the ship, and like basically
When the waves
flood
recede,
the
he's
cargo
turned
hold.
into a crab and he can't reach the wheel.
Right, exactly. And it waves, the spray of the water slightly floods the cargo hold, and puts some cracks in the hull's wood. Who else would like to go next?
I got one. Is this the kind of skill challenge where two people can't roll the same thing?
No, you can roll whatever you want. You just can't roll the same thing more than once per
No,
person.
but like if I roll history, can Gelf then also roll history?
Yes, yeah, you can each
All
roll
right.
whatever you want. It's just you can't roll the same thing over and over again.
I'm gonna make a history roll because,
Okay.
like most of my job is listening to people tell nautical stories in bars, and like 90% of those are about a time when you were in a bad storm and like the crazy, like batshit maneuver you had to do to get out of it. I know that no one obviously has told me one about this specific situation, but if I roll high enough in history, maybe I can recall like, oh, it's the tale of old Wood Eyes Johnson, the pirate captain with who had both of his eyes blown out by lightning and replaced by wood. Here's how he survived that storm and got out.
Oh, you're trying to remember if you know any tales of anybody who maybe like survived leaving Shipwreck Island
I was gonna go with just like surviving
in general.
similar like really bad storms in general. If I get high enough, will you give me a bonus for one that specifically survived Shipwreck Island?
Well, I was gonna say the opposite is that if you were specifically saying you wanted to look like see if you've
No.
heard anything
No, I
about
said
Shipwreck Island, then I would give you a bonus to the roll, like for being more specific.
no, you know what? Then okay. Lan is going to stop thinking about this as a scholar, and he's going to start thinking like a sailor.
Yeah.
I've heard 100 stories that of people claiming that they're the one pirate ever to escape Shipwreck Island. Most of them, you have to assume, are bullshit. I am now frantically going through my Rolodex of every one of these stories, poems, shanties I've ever heard, and I'm like, okay, in that one, they said that the sky was constantly on fire. Obviously, that one's not true, so I can't take any of that advice. This guy said that there was a sea monster. Haven't seen that yet, so put that one on the back burner. Oh, wait a minute. That guy said there was a rock that looked like a spear. We just passed a rock that looked like a spear. What did that guy do? And like, I'm trying to think of like the various like maneuvers that people have potentially pulled off, and thinking like if one of these contains even a granule of truthful information.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make me a history check.
Do I get any kind of bonus for being specific?
You can have a I really like the description of this. Give me you can have a +5.
Okay. I'm literally just like, oh, on the tale of Shipwreck Island, no, oh, and when no, that one either. Like
The more effort you put into describing what you're doing, the more of a bonus you get.
no,
Oh,
no.
so close.
Yeah, Kayla, that's literally what Lan is doing on the deck right now.
Yes. Oh my god.
No, you know what? No, fuck it. Burn Bardic Lore, nat 20.
Okay, yeah. You succeed. What the fuck was that? Yes, you succeed. You know. Oh yeah, that one dude said the rocks here shaped like spears. The way to sail around them: hard to port, hard to starboard, constantly. That'll put the ship in synchronicity with the waves enough to like get around the rocks and make it more smooth sailing.
Lan says a quick and silent prayer, asking Saint Teach that if he makes it out of this, let the waves guide him back to the tavern where he met that guy, so that I can buy him a fucking drink.
Okay. So now Gillator, Lan, you've both gone. Who else would like to go? So basically, the ship, Asim like takes that information and starts putting that to use. Is there anything else that anybody would like to attempt to get out of here?
Did we or did we? I'm sorry, Amandi. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Real quick. I'm not sure if this would necessarily help, but I know that there's a whole thing where, like, actually, I don't even know if we've done this yet, where you're like, if you're going into a bad storm and there's people who have to be on the deck actively during it, they'll tie themselves like to the mast or something. I
see
want
what
to
you're
make
getting
sure every crew member is tied. So even if somebody starts getting swept away, even if it might kill them, they are still stuck to this ship.
Okay. What skill do you want to use in order to check all the ropes?
Let's see.
I'd let you use dungeoneering for that if you want to, as
Yeah,
like
looking at that.
dungeoneering is kind of like street smarts in the dungeon and how to like kind of like a mix between streetwise and survival sort of thing. If you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it.
Okay, give me a dungeoneering check. I
Oh,
was gonna say that I was gonna give you a +3 on that, so that exactly succeeds.
great. Awesome.
All right, yeah. So Amanda, you go around on deck, making sure every knot tying these guys down, because they did like most of the crew took it upon themselves to like make sure they tied themselves down, but like anybody who wasn't, like you made sure they're tied properly, and you checked everybody's knots. They're good.
Yeah. Gotta especially check on Gilator's knots, with that claw hand, he's more likely to cut through the rope than finish the knot, so. Gelf, I believe you were onto something before I interjected.
Yeah. Give me a second to read something.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Steve,
will be right there.
You're the only other person here.
Oh, yeah, I still haven't figured out something that I can do.
Okay. Well, you're at the helm of the ship, so anything involving controlling the ship, unless you want to pass that off to somebody else and attempt to do something else, but anything involving controlling the ship, like that's something you could try.
Yeah, no, I'm obviously steering frantically. The question is, because I can't just keep using perception to roll for my navigation skills. So
Fair enough. I mean, that's for navigating, yeah, but controlling the ship is more of a dexterity-based skill.
So acrobatics.
If you would like.
Keeping on my feet, keeping sure-footed.
Yeah, if you want to roll acrobatics to steer the ship.
Okay.
Yes, that succeeds.
Nice.
So yeah, you're able to take Lanolin's basically like what he said about how to avoid the waves here into account, and this ship has at this point stopped slamming down every time it crests a wave.
Nice. I like when it stops doing that.
Yes, that's a very good thing.
Less people puking over the side.
At this point, you do start to see overhead the sky starting to turn more gray as a storm is rolling in seemingly from the direction of the island. Like from behind you, there's a storm moving quickly, overtaking you.
I love that.
You are currently at 6 successes.
It's only 6 to go.
Yep.
And we still have some of a ship.
What?
And we still have somewhat of a ship.
That is true. Gelf, you are the last person to act in this round. What would you like to do?
Oh my god, I can't do it. Hmm. I have a +4 in healing.
Well, I mean, we did suffer some damage to crew, so like you could try to tend to whoever's been battered so far that hasn't gone over.
That's a very good point. Let me do that.
Okay, you can try that. I will give you a +3.
Bless your sacred heart. So let me add that.
Yes. Again, the more detailed your description of what you are trying to accomplish, the better I will give you as a bonus.
Heal. I am lining up the crew and starting a makeshift triage on the deck and seeing who is wounded and how badly and who needs the most tending to.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, come on.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
bummer. This is not going well.
I don't
No.
suppose I can. I don't suppose I can give him advantage on.
I mean, even with assistance, it wouldn't put him up to
Yeah.
like. It would only be a +2.
We're cruising for a TPK. Holy fucking shit.
Hey,
We'll just have to buy a
it's
new
just-
boat.
Well, I mean, being fair, we'd be floating. We'd be just floating in the ocean in the middle of all this. Doesn't necessarily mean we're dead.
If I had a nickel for every time we had a TPK on a ship, on a pirate ship,
You'd
Then
have
you'd be
2
making
nickels?
money in a really weird way.
yeah. Anyway, so that failed. So we're gonna make some rolls here. What do we get? We got a 6, 7, 9, and a 6. So a 6.
I've made everything worse.
2 6s on maneuverability. So that puts your maneuverability at a 4. Lightning hits one of the masts, and basically it doesn't catch fire, but it does split in half, or not in half, but like it cracks onto the like basically the topsail comes off of the main mast.
Oh my gosh.
6 and then 7 and 9. 7 is another crew. So your crew goes down to 1.
When you said another crew, I thought you meant that we are set upon by other pirates. I'm like, oh, what now? Is
And
now the
then-
time?
It's like in Skyrim when a dragon is swooping down and the bandits are like, no, that guy's the bigger threat.
Yeah. And then 9 is your hull. So the hull gets hit. Lanolin, please make me a crew morale check again.
So it's plus 12 again.
It's plus 12 with a DC 30.
Okay. I feel bad doing intimidation on this one, even though it's the slightly higher bonus.
And also, I need the captain or the
Mhm.
bosun to roll me a d20 to find out which of these crewmates are going overboard.
Oh,
Me.
also,
Oh, two.
so
That's
you said
Tagashi.
this is a crew check,
no.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Several people are talking at the same time.
Sorry.
Daniel rolled. Kayla? What did you ask?
My first mate ability, as a reaction, you can grant a bonus to an ally's sailing or crew check equal to your level.
Okay.
So I want to do that for the crew check.
All right. Go ahead.
That'll be a +5.
Are crew checks and morale checks the same thing?
Yes.
So it's an extra +5, so it's now a +17.
Correct. So you need like a 13 on the die or better to pass. Well, actually, this is 17 plus your bonus, so you might it's probably way less than that. Go ahead.
I think I'm just gonna stick with intimidation, but it's still in that mode of like I'm trying to like keep them frightened of like I know this looks bad, but don't lose your heads. This is just like Like, this is basically just like, this is like when you're getting a tooth taken out. Like, it's gonna hurt now, but it's gonna be worse if we don't get through this.
All right, go ahead and give it to me. Yeah, easy.
Oh, I saw the critical one bounce off the corner. I was like,
I know.
don't you fucking dare.
Actually, a 1 or a 2. Actually, a nat 1 is the only thing that would have made you fail, so that would have been rare. Anyway, you are able to keep the crew focused on task despite Togashi being swept away in the waves.
Now, I've got a question.
What?
Having nothing to do with the skill checks.
Okay.
Can I do an acrobatics check to try to grab him before he's swept off?
You can try, but it's going to be extremely difficult. You're at the helm right now.
Yeah. No, I know. This is going to be like some weird maneuver where yeah.
Like, as an alternative, I could also do that because he is one of my favorites, and I said I would jump after one of my favorites.
Up to you, but I hate losing crew, so like.
You know, for whatever it's worth, Amandi did say she was tying him to the mast.
Yes, his lifeline snaps.
Oh
no!
Yeah, there's.
Yes.
Trauma.
Yes, trauma was from Treasure Planet, exactly.
Okay, yeah, he was one of my favorites, and I don't have as good an acrobatics, but like.
What athletics were?
I've got a question. How far away from me are you?
Me? I don't know. I'm somewhere on the deck of the ship.
To make this even more complicated, depending on what you want to do, could it be a low roll acrobatics to get to the helm so I can jump around and do my thing?
There's probably another NPC like nearby.
Close enough? Okay.
If you want to do it, but then you won't be at the helm.
I'll get back to the helm.
Okay.
All right.
So you want to roll acrobatics? Is that?
Yes, if that's okay with Amandi.
Yeah.
This is going to be a DC 25 to try to grab him, to be able to save him. Oh.
Nice.
So Asim dives off the quarterdeck of the ship as Togashi is swept away by a huge wave. His lifeline snaps. He's behind the ship at this point.
Do we need to worry about turning the ship around?
No. Asim dives off the back of the ship. Swan dives into the water. Grabs Togashi around the waist. And has him, but you are both being dragged along behind the ship on your lifeline.
You're gonna keel haul yourself, my guy.
No,
That's
he's
fine.
behind the ship. It's not going to keel haul him.
That's fine. I've been through worse.
The rest of the crew, you notice the ship suddenly like doing a lot less smoothly on the waves as one of the more inexperienced helmsmen takes over.
Yes.
I hear the ship's cat.
Yes, they are screaming for their lives. He's so mad right now that you were in the shower.
Right? How dare?
Yeah, I had to
believe
pick him up
that
and bring him over
was
here, and then
the
it's still meowing.
last action of the round. So Togashi is still alive and is being grabbed by you, and he's holding on for dear life. I believe it's back to the top, so anybody can go. Right?
I got one.
Okay, what do you got?
Nature check, just because this is a storm. I know, like, I'm not from the ocean originally. I'm a mountainous plains creature. I've been on the ocean longer than I've ever been anywhere on any other, like I got my sea legs longer than I've had any other kind. This is my home. I get it. This is a weird kind of magic storm, but I know how the ocean is supposed to behave. So like I want to start trying to predict, like, okay, we're banking off the waves. This is good. We're now down a sail. I want to try and, like, can I grab the wheel or, like, go to that NPC and try and direct them of, like, how to, like, predict the wind patterns to compensate for the missing sail?
Yeah, actually, that sounds good. You can give me a nature check. Take a +5.
Yeah. So I'm trying to compensate for, like, we're now missing a sail effectively, but I know how the wind is going to behave well enough.
Yeah, I think that was a solid description.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to basically guide.
Mhm.
Well, who's the other helmsman here? Let's see. Daniel, roll me a d20.
Better not be Tagashi.
No, it's Navigator Zafrino. He's.
Oh no, it's Wooden Eyes Jim.
No, it's your priest. He's taken the helm over for
Or
a
a
season.
navigator.
As a navigator of the church. He's also, wouldn't you know it, very proficient at navigating and sailing. So, as well as his priestly duties. So, he's taken over the helm at this point. So he's focused on steering the ship. You're giving him more auxiliary information about like stuff that he can't see to aid him in
or it's like
steering.
Like steer the ship like 10 degrees to starboard, less than you think you're gonna need.
Right. Yeah. Like you're paying more attention to like the wind and the waves and stuff, and he's kind of just paying attention to steering away from hazards.
Yeah, well, weird comparison. We have a machine at work that bends pipes, and it's all fucked up. And it's known that, like, if you want to get a perfect 90-degree angle, you have to set it to 97.2.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Interesting.
I'm basically doing that.
Oh, good.
I used to be able to bend anything to any angle. 47 degrees.
Yo, that is a not
48.
half bad. That was a not half bad bending Rodriguez impression.
Hey everybody, look what I found in a tourist pocket.
I'm saying, like, that is a not unconvincing bender.
Not eating Christmas trees. Anyway, okay, so that succeeds.
Must be the alcoholism.
You're able to help him enough that the two of you together are able to keep the ship in line with the waves and the rocks enough to where it goes back to as calm as relative, but as calm as it was when
we're not actively sinking.
When Asim was at the helm, correct. Who else would like to go?
I like it, to Asim's credit, it takes 2 people to do one of him.
Yeah.
Listen.
I guess I should roll something to hopefully break my streak.
Oh my god.
Dude, do you want to roll athletics to fucking hoist Asim back aboard the ship?
I've already used athletics. Can I roll intimidate to break the fourth wall and yell at the sky?
No.
Oh,
nah, just Dana, right now, just do like the fake, like, got you flinch and punch motion towards Ben because he's the storm.
No. It's not his fault I'm cursed.
I am the
I can go.
I'm just looking at my 3 nat 1s, my 2, and my 6, and the 3 things are that's what I've rolled this session. A 2, a 6, and 3 nat 1s.
Holy crap.
Hopefully, I'm going to find one thing that I can roll good on. I'm going to figure out... Because now you are helping Zafrino, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take over what you were doing and yell at the crew so they don't drop shit.
Oh no, Gelator's going to have to give command.
Okay.
There was a time.
No, I got a 3, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say that you can have a +3 to this roll, but
that's not anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna help you.
Daniel, do me a favor, please.
Kayla, your captain now. Gelator has hung himself.
Do me a favor, please roleplay how Gelator yells at the crew.
No.
Yes.
And Gelator gets hoisted up in the rigging.
Do that.
What is it? You say I don't want to do that?
No, I'm kind of bummed.
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
No, not that. It's not the game's fault. I'm just real bummed that I can't roll above my highest roll was a 6.
Maybe
I got
get
3
physical
nat ones.
dice.
I'm
Ben is
better
very
off not rolling. You guys can play without me.
He's no better with physical dice than he is with.
Yeah,
digital dice.
I'm literally sinking our ship right now. You guys have fun.
physical dice. Ben can verify as to what you roll. Maybe that'll help. Try it
Wait,
out.
Just change the color of your dice.
Maybe.
No.
They are
Alright,
red.
Who's coming up next?
Well, it's the damage first. Let's see. So a 6 is not Discord. A 6 is maneuverability. Goes down to a 3. An 8, I believe, is weapons. So that goes down to a 4.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
sweetie.
night.
A 2 is a miss. A 5 is maneuverability. 3. So that goes down to a 2. And a 9 is hull. So that goes down to a 6. So, Lanolin, Gillator, you have both gone. Amandia, Seam, and Gelf have whatever they want to do.
Okay. What I would like to do is pull Asim and Togashi back on board, but would that help the situation?
I think
Or
so.
okay.
I think that would help. What are you gonna do?
I don't think I've used my athletics yet. So I want to run up to the back of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I see like Asim still bobbing above the waves, his lifeline still attached. Just a little sigh of like relief that yes, that worked at least. And I grab onto it and I start pulling.
Okay, you add a +3.
Okay. Wait, let me double check all my special abilities and see if there's anything I got from my null consumption powers that could help here.
Okay.
No. Nothing for this particular situation. +3 to athletics.
All right. Oh,
2.
all right. That doesn't help. You try to pull Asim and Tagashi, but the rain and wind is so strong that the rope just keeps slipping out of your hands. They're gonna have to pull themselves out of this.
I was so tempted to like use my teeth to steady it, but then I was like, that might also gnaw through the rope, so I probably shouldn't.
Oh my god. Out of all of those, only the 5 actually hit you, which is to maneuverability. So that goes down to 1.
We're just moving along.
Your foremast completely breaks off and falls into the sea. You're now working with just your main mast.
The fucking mast is gone.
Only one of them.
We still got one left. It's but a
Isn't
flesh
the other
wound.
one like splintered in half, or was that the one that broke off?
The top sail broke off. The very top piece of it, basically. Like if you imagine a mast as like 4 or 5 sails stacked on top of each other, and like the top one is the smallest, that one broke off. It's like your pinky toe, where it's still like very important for like catching wind specifically, but you can live without it.
Okay.
Some ideas for people trying to think of ways to help in this situation. There's also potentially trying to plug the holes in the ship and or dump water back out, maybe. Don't know what skills you'd use for those necessarily, but just throwing ideas out there.
Yeah.
There's also for Gelf, there's the thing that I texted you earlier, and then also just blowing apart rocks with cannon. And then also, like I said, trying to do the same thing that I did with regular nature checks, but with like magic nature check.
I have a skill called full broadside. I have a power called full broadside, where I can summon the cannoneers to do great things.
Okay. If you would like to, let me see. Powers. Is there a roll involved in that, or is it just damage?
Oh, where'd it go?
Dex versus reflex. I see.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. If you want to make that attack, if you hit above a 20, I will say that you can blow apart and like a bunch of the rocks that are in the way and clear a path.
Okay.
That's what you want to do. Take a plus. We'll say a +5.
+5 dialed in. Here we go. I changed the color of my dice. It didn't help.
Why does it say effects -2?
I don't know.
Why would you have a -2 to this? Whatever. Well, even without the -2, you would have only gotten a 14. Yeah.
Because he's prone.
Unfortunately,
Maybe.
the cannons, the waves and wind is too choppy to really get a beat on anything.
You know, as the kids say, we're really in our flop era right now.
How many?
Only skill roll results dragged from the chat window. Okay, I see. We will just put a fail on an acrobatics skill, I guess. How do I do that? Can I do that? What the hell? Can I not just add a failure on here? It's kind of weird. Why would it not? Okay. I'll just drag Amandi's one over here. There we go. So now there's a failure on athletics. Okay. So that is going to be 7 dice. There's a 1, a 9, a 5, 4. Oh my god, there's 3 5s. What's 5?
Wasn't that maneuverability last time?
I think this might be 5 is maneuverability. Uh-oh.
Do
So
it.
yeah,
Do
your
it.
maneuverability is completely destroyed. So that's 0. There's no overkill on it. What's 4? 4 is cargo, so you lose 2 points of cargo. So 7 goes down to 5. So if you take any more hits to cargo, you lose your resources.
But we straight up can't steer.
Well, a 9 is well, that's the maneuverability is for specifically like ocean combat. So you'd add the bonus to sailing checks against other ships. In this, it's just basically going to have to be repaired. You can sail the ship just barely, but it's difficult now. Like it's going to need a lot of repairs.
I was gonna say if the wheel is having trouble like actively steering the ship, I was gonna suggest Gelator, do you just want to hop in the water and like physically steer the rudder with your hands?
I don't want to roll anything.
Where was the last thing here? I think it was 5, 1, and then 4, 4 was crew, and then 9 was hull. So hull goes down to 5. Okay, so Gelf has gone. I think it's just a seam at this point.
Yes. I have to get the fuck out the water because the ship breaking apart.
Yeah.
And I can't use acrobatics again. I'm going to have to. So I am literally going to try to pull us out and back up on the ship using my lifeline.
Okay. Do you want to use athletics for that? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think that's the one it's gonna have to be because I've used acrobatics already. So.
Okay, I can give you a +3 for that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Come on. Fuck me.
Oh man. Yeah, that's another failure for athletics specifically. Nobody has passed athletics so far. This is crazy.
I have a +10 to it.
I know this skill challenge is a little difficult.
Yeah. it
Nah,
wasn't meant
you're
to.
kidding.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
We've failed just on me like twice.
Yeah, I know. That's fair.
That's not your fault. I just roll like shit.
Yeah, that's fine. To be fair, I thought I'm trying to give bonuses for in-depth descriptions of how you're attempting to complete these actions and how they're gonna help survive. It's basically all I could do at that point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not on you. It's just we roll like hot dog shit.
Yeah, roleplay better. I don't know.
Wow.
So let's see what that does.
It just capsizes the vessel.
So this is the 8th failure. So 5.
Yeah, let's just TPK. I need at least one Tuesday free.
Let's see. There's a lot of 1s and 2s, so it's a 5, which didn't do anything because maneuverability is already destroyed, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5, 2, 1, 1, 9 is another hull, so that goes down to 4. 2, 4 is cargo, and another 5. So cargo goes down to 4. So your resources go down to 4. And the 5 does nothing. Okay.
How many more passes do we need? 5?
5 more.
Okay.
Each one of you needs to pass.
Are we at the top of the round yet?
Gillitor's the only one who's not gone, and he doesn't want to go, but I'd really like him to try his athletics to get me out.
We're not done yet?
I'm gonna put.
I went at the top of the round.
Oh, okay.
I was serious about being done for the night. I'm just hanging out.
I'm gonna put this out there.
Incredibly disheartened.
The captain has fallen into a deep depression. I'm gonna put this out there, guys. Might be premature. We could probably summon that angel.
But on this,
Deus Ex Machina is the only thing getting us out of this.
And there's a chance that, and I know this wasn't Ben's intention, there's a chance that in the lore of the world, the banner is there because the angel is supposed to be the way to get out of this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, who's next?
You know, I privately messaged that to Ben before because I wanted to understand exactly what that angel was. So I'll let Ben rule on that, but it was really just a combat golem from what I saw.
It's a combat golem, but I'm saying if we summoned it, it could almost definitely lift us out.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely powers that it has that wouldn't be on its character sheet because they weren't part of combat, and that's kind of 4E's whole deal. Including it probably just has crazy high skill check.
I think I want to play a goblin.
Oh my god!
I think.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is that there's plenty of skills on everybody's sheets that have really high bonuses that you have not used yet. That you just got come up with something ridiculous. It's fine. As long as you put your whole D and Dussy into a description narratively that at least somewhat makes sense, I will give you bonuses for these.
So it's the top of the round?
Right. As long as it's not just I roll athletics to pull some rope. As long as you actually put effort into thinking about how what you are doing would assist getting out of here and make it interesting, I will give you bonuses. Up to 5 or even more if it's really cool.
I have a suggestion that I think would work well for Lan in this situation.
Please and thank you.
Considering your whole good at improv thing, I think maybe a religion roll to legitimately ask Teach to help us out here.
Dead ass, that was my next roll.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Dead ass, especially because we said that on a purely technical level, there's a chance that Lan holds some form of minor rank in the Church of Teach.
Okay.
What's the lowest possible level?
I can tell you that.
It was cabin boy or something, right?
Let me check.
Right, we have talked about that before.
I have the document for that. Let's see. Church of St. Teach. Deckhand, church acolyte.
Yeah, I think I fully on the deck. I think I fully throw myself to my knees.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's like there's a chance that his bosun's whistle is like engraved with like the holy symbol of Saint Teach, and like that's
Okay.
his version of rosary beads.
That makes sense.
I think he's gonna pull that, like rip the chain from around his neck, and he's like grasping in his hand like hard enough that there's blood coming out of it. And he's gonna like, and I'm like fully on his knees on the deck, just prostrate, like shouting up into the storm, without concern or care for like, am I gonna get thrown off the deck? Am I gonna like be subject to the wind? Like I'm putting myself fully at the mercy of the ship in the storm, right?
Okay.
And here is the way that I'm going to phrase this to Saint Teach. I was taught when I took to the sea, I was in my lowest moment. I had nothing. I had no home. Or it's like my love had been taken from me, my pride, my home. The sea gave me back all that and more, but it taught me this. A ship is more than just a collection of wood with a bunch of people inside of it. It is a living organism. Every rope is an artery. Every twig and splinter is a hair. The people who work on it are the organs that pump the blood through that gives a ship life. Well, right, and it works as one body. Well, right now, that body is hurting. And if each ship aboard the sea is like in the domain of Saint Teach, then each ship in this domain are basically children under your watchful eye. One of your children is hurting, and we are begging for help. And that's what I'm gonna say.
Take
Like
a plus,
it's like a plus what?
a plus 10. Oh my god.
And I'm also gonna throw this in. I'm gonna throw this in at the end as well. Basically, if it would please him, if if having me swept off the deck, like if sending me to the bottom of the locker means the rest of these people can go free, that is a small price.
Okay.
Like if that's what he demands, I know there's some people who are more in the, fire and brimstone end of the church believe in like every lost sailor is the tax that Saint Teach takes. I am offering myself as that tax.
You know what? In that case, how about a gamble?
Love it.
You can have a plus 15.
Mm-hmm.
But if you nat 1, that is what happens. You get swept away.
Done.
Okay.
Not even a moment's hesitation. Done. Lan exists. Like, it's what Lan is saying is like, I had nothing before I took to the sea. The sea, and specifically this ship and this crew, gave me everything and made me everything I am. If the least that I can do is just give it back, that's, as far as I'm concerned, just balancing the scales.
Okay. Actually, looking at your bonus to religion, it looks like any roll you make will pass a DC 20 check. So you will pass no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
even on a nat 1. But on a nat 1,
If it's a nat 1, my prayer works, but I die.
yes. Okay.
Good thing that didn't at one, because like Mondi would have been like 50-50
Epic.
staying here going after you.
You throw yourself to the deck and pray to the sky and the sea to have mercy. And as you do, you kind of like are saying this to yourself in your head as you hear navigators of Freno like yell out that there's a break in the waves, and like basically you feel the ship lurch to port as he throws the wheel hard over, and what's left of the rudder throws the ship over, like to make it into a relatively calmer and safer part of the sea away from the island.
I also just want to note this. I'm not saying anything silently in my head.
No, yeah,
I am like I believe at least the way that like you have to pray to like the god of sailors and everything is just with your whole chest. Like I am bellowing this into the storm.
Yeah. At this point, a lot of the crew have broken out oars and are rowing the ship. Because most of the masts have gone. You have like maybe like your lateen sail at the back of the ship left, as most of the sails have been torn up and tattered by lightning strikes and heavy shearing winds. So that was Lan. Who else would like to go? It's open to anybody.
Oh, we've got 4 more.
You have 4 more.
All right.
What I will say is most of the stats here on the ships are like just for ocean combat. Like if you get into a fight and you lose those numbers, like they just make your stats go down to the point where the other ship has the upper hand. The lost points of cargo will lose your current resources. The only other exception is lost points of hull. If your hull hits 0, the ship sinks, or at least starts to sink. You do have lifeboats on board. Every ship has lifeboats, but
fair enough.
The ship will potentially be lost.
Wait, did one of us have the ability to fix the ship actively? Or did we not take that ability?
No, that's a carpenter. That's the ship carpenter. That's going to be my next character.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, I really need to get back on the boat.
Okay.
I just need to figure out how to tie this guy and climb up the rope.
Okay.
Still not sure what I can use to do that.
Yeah,
maybe.
Basically, you're stuck as like you only got one hand to try to climb because the other one's around this guy.
Right. So my plan is to switch, like, untie myself, taking a big chance, untie myself, tie him, and climb the rope.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you had both your hands, you're like not, like you're not injured enough that it would be difficult to like climb back up the rope just by yourself.
But because I have dead weight.
Right, because you got dead weight. Yeah, exactly. That's what's making it difficult. If you let go of him, you could climb up without a roll.
I am not going to let go.
Right, but you want to see if you could tie the rope to him. That's a good idea. What skill do you want to use to attempt to retie the rope to him?
What I'm looking for.
Maybe thievery?
I think thievery would work.
Yeah, because it's like it's almost like sleight of hand. Like
Right.
It's
Yeah,
it's
you
my
bring the
fast.
dexterity in your fingers.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you could totally do that. Give me with a +5.
Come on. Yes.
Easy. Yeah. So unfortunately, you are not able to get Togashi back to the ship. He's like knocked out by the force of the
Yeah.
waves smashing into him. But you are able to, with one hand, untie the rope around your waist, grab onto it, throw him like in the sea, and like got your arm hooked around his arm so that you can have both your hands. Slide the rope around him, tie him to it, and then you're able to just like climb back up onto the
Recline.
ship. He's gonna have to deal with being pulled behind the ship until you're out in the clear. But
Yeah.
you are able to be back on the ship. So that
Ah.
succeeds.
Yes. So what, we got what? 3 more?
3 more. So I need Amandi, Gelf, and Gillator. Those are the last ones to go.
Okay. So I have one that'll give me a decent chance, or I have one that's maybe more narrative.
Okay.
Okay, so I haven't done perception yet, so potentially I could use that. Um, I'd have a good roll with it. Or my cool idea is that I want to use my ability Tempest Assault and my basically my poleaxe and try to ground myself and use it as a lightning rod to redirect a lightning strike from away from the ship.
Ooh, okay.
I say fuck it, go for style points.
Okay. Yeah, give me a Tempest Assault attack with a +5 in order to redirect the lightning instead of hitting your ship to hit you and redirect it through the ship like non-lethally.
Okay. Crap! I clicked it twice by accident.
I'm gonna take the first one. Oh,
Yeah.
the first one had the +5. Yeah, that succeeds. I'm just gonna drag the thievery check over because the Tempest Assault won't work. But yeah, so you are able to basically run to the highest point of the ship, which is probably the stern castle. You slam your great axe down like as a lightning rod, like on the back of the ship, right as a lightning bolt strikes the head of your axe, runs down it through you, but not enough to injure you, just to like you feel a big zap and it hurts, but it goes through you and disperses through the ship without lighting anything on fire or doing any damage.
You see, this is why I'm a storm warden. Okay.
That is correct.
Can we just make it canon that all of Amandi's fur is on end, so she looks like a Pomeranian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amandi, the Storm Warden. Yeah, that works. Gelf and Gillator, do you have anything else you'd like to contribute?
Yes.
You need 2 checks left.
I am going to go into a trance and use Arcana. This is a magic storm. I'm going to look at how the storm is weaved into its pattern in the firmament, knowing its strong spots and knowing its weak spots. I can see it kind of like a radar picture. I can see how the magic of the storm is constructed and can steer us into the least destructive parts of it.
Okay, I dig that. Take a +5.
Dang it.
Oh my god, a roll that didn't suck.
Yeah. That definitely succeeds. You are able to channel your arcane focus into the storm. You can visualize the thunder and lightning in your mind as you're able to avoid the worst of it. As you see it coming towards you, you actually are able to channel your magic into repelling the storm as it chases after you, so that the ship kind of takes a lead on it and it is now out of the worst of the rain.
Finally, I did something that didn't suck.
Yep. As you guys kind of, as you speed away from this island, your
So we made it
sailors
out?
and crew. No, not yet. You have
Oh.
one more roll.
Oh.
As the crew speeds away from this island, oars splashing through the water as fast as they can. Just ahead, outside, just inside of where you can see like the shallows end and it drops off into the proper like ocean. You see a maelstrom form in the water. From it rises.
Don't do this.
The sea monster I was looking for?
It is the sea monster you were looking for.
Right.
Out of the maelstrom rises long, noodly tentacles and a toothy maw just before you.
I've got this.
Well, you already took your turn. The last person is Gillator. You hear the last thing you hear ring in your ears as the thunder fades is the roar of this kraken ahead of you.
I have been fully useless thus far because, and I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Every time I choose greed, every time it's for the gold, I've lost. Not anymore. Fuck it. I'm running headfirst. I'm Jack Sparrowing this motherfucker.
No.
I refuse to be useless. I'm kicking this fucker head on.
Can I see him do this and can I just fully try to ram my horns into his gut to keep him from doing that?
There is no gold. In the amount of gold that we have is not worth this shit feeling, and I need to feel alive again.
Okay. What skill are you trying to roll?
A basic attack.
A basic attack. Give me a basic attack with a +10.
Set of adamantine ball. Can I roll an athletics to try and intercept him keep him from jumping off the deck?
I don't think so. I think
there no force on earth can keep him from this.
I don't think anybody's gonna be able to stop him from doing this.
I'm gonna take on the storm with my kung fu.
Give me a +10 and a basic attack. You have to beat a 20. It's under the combat tab if you're looking for
it's not letting me roll it.
With your La Verduga, the hangman,
Yeah.
you have a base of a +4 to that, plus your strength is attacks, melee, total +5.
What the fuck's going on?
Also, Gillator, I don't want to shit on your moment here, but the last roll you made that you fucked up was to try and save a crewmate who'd fallen into the ocean. I don't think that was acting on greed that caused you to fuck it up.
Well,
I think
we're gonna find out.
I'm gonna die as a failure.
I think putting the crew in this situation and going to this island is what he was referring to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you? What are you?
It's not letting me click the dice, and when I do, it's just kind of pulling it. And...
Click that one then. I think that one works.
+5. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe. Do you want me to do it?
No. If I'm gonna fuck up my rolls, I'm gonna do it myself. It's just
don't
not...
drag and drop. Don't click. You don't double. Click on the number. Put the mouse solidly inside the box. What the fuck?
I got so bad at rolling, I just can't roll anymore.
It doesn't want you to do it.
Fantasy Ground took it seriously when you said you weren't doing it anymore.
I think it's frozen. Wait, what? Oh, you're having that glitch where it's clicking slightly above. Go Go unfull screen and full screen again. Try that.
Yeah. You know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna roll brash assault.
Oh,
this is
that's
the
so good.
This
Yes.
is the brashest possible.
Wait,
assault.
before you put it in there, put a +10 in.
Oh, I already did.
Okay, cool. Do it. Okay.
I
Oh my
grab
God,
onto
that's
what is
so
left
hype.
of the rope on the mast with my humanoid hand. No sword. I'm going in claw first.
Okay.
I'm going to fist fight this kraken.
As the ship approaches this maelstrom and starts to like plunge down into it, you leap off the deck of the ship. Tentacles immediately pick up on your scent and lash out at you. Your claw flies through the air at blinding speed, slicing these tentacles limb from limb. You superhero land onto this thing's beak as its beak like open trying to eat you. You land onto the tip of its beak, plunge your boot into its face, and what does this look like? What do you do?
I have been
Tell me the rest of it.
An ineffective leader this whole time, and it's just made me madder and madder. I am just fully hulked out, raging on this thing, just claw out, just slashing into it, just fucking unrelentingly, just basically having a tantrum on it.
It's low-key Giltor trying to die.
Yeah.
Songs will be sung of this for generations.
You
Yeah,
hear
by
it
me.
scream,
I'm writing
not
it as we speak.
you hear the beast scream not in rage and hunger, but in fear, as it basically with a cracked beak and cut tentacles begins to submerge into the depths as Gilitor basically is left on the surface of the water, like basically floating there. Your crew throw you a lifeline. You climb out to the deck of the ship, soaking wet, drenched. You hit the deck on all fours, just exhausted. The ship makes it out into the open water, and almost like a light switch, the waves stop, the rocks disappear, and you're safe.
That was one hell of a fucking session.
Oh my God.
We are now going to have to limp somewhere.
What was that, Amandi? What did you say?
I'm gonna go real Togashian real quick.
Yes, okay. You run to the back of the ship, and now that there's not two people
Right.
that you have to pull up with a fucking in a fucking storm, you're able to pull him up onto the ship and give him first aid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, as I'm considering that, and well, as I'm doing that, I consider the fact that like I was able to be like fully underwater and haul one of those stupid diving bells, and I couldn't pull two people onto a ship.
Yeah. This was
This is how we're
also
gonna
a
get to the
storm.
next port.
And the ship was moving in the opposite direction, so you would have been effectively trying to pull the ship.
Yeah.
So I was tempted to do
So-
that before already.
Question.
No one mentioned that to Amandi because she will attempt to bench press the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, quick question. Where is the
Yeah.
closest port that is safe
That's a
for
good
us?
fucking question. Let's look at the map.
Nah, fuck that. That's safe for us. What's the closest port, period?
True. I think Bulgaria,
Beggars cannot be choosers, my guy.
either Teak Bay or whatever.
Bulgari Darleg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of those is a bigger city?
I'm
We're
trying
gonna
to-
need somebody
I'm
who
trying
can
to
repair
pull
the
it
ship.
up.
Bulgari
Hold on, my thing is-
Darlg.
God damn, this fucking Fantasy Grounds does
Is
not
lagging?
like this map because it's so high res. Yeah, this map is crazy high res. So
Yeah.
let's see. Shipwreck Island, yeah. The Volgari Darelg is
Closer than
the
Teak Bay.
closest island to you. It is a island of orcs.
Sure.
Well, no, the Volgari are land orcs. They're island dwelling land orcs.
And what about Teak Bay?
This ought to be fun.
Teak Bay. Let me check my notes here. Hold on.
Because Teak Bay is slightly farther, but if friendlier. I mean,
Teak Bay,
We're
actually.
not necessarily hostile towards the orcs. Like,
I know.
Orcs in this world are...
They're let me actually see. Where's Volgari Durelg? Orc trading post famous for its sea monster butchery.
Okay.
Teak Bay is a Ragnvaldi logging port with one of the best shipyards in the world.
Well,
No, Teak Bay it
I
is.
know where we're going.
Now we just have to figure out how to get there.
That's your job.
No shit. All right.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Stand by.
Well, I have Mage Hand. I can help attach one of the sails.
To what? Your masts are gone.
I don't know. Something. I'll just blow real hard.
Yeah, right.
Not gonna go there.
Let me see. How is this gonna work? Navigating.
Yes, Skeletor, that's how we're gonna enter Teak Bay, right? Like that. Yes.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's the Jack Sparrow gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Then don't be absurd. His ship had a mast.
Well, go ahead and roll me resource depletion. This is short, so it'll be a D4.
Okay, who does that? Me?
Yeah, you're the navigator.
So just a straight D4?
Yeah, but you do have the power, I believe, which steps the die down one, right? As the
Yeah.
navigator, is that what it was?
Yeah.
So just right click on the D6, I think is how you get a D3.
Roll 3.
In the radial menu, yeah.
Right, it's
and then let me check on the Chimera. Because your crew morale stayed at Die Hard, you have a -2 to all resource rolls. So whatever this is -2. So
Wait,
you're
because it stayed at Die Hard?
Yes.
right. Well, you rolled several morale checks
And
that
survived them.
that could
Why
have
do
reduced.
we get a -2 because it stayed steady?
Well, the roll is for whatever you roll. That's how much resources you deplete.
Oh, got it. It's
So a -2 on that roll is a good thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
My
So
bad.
you actually don't lose any resources because the journey is so short.
We don't
Awesome.
lose any resources because we're already out of everything.
No, you still have 4 resource points left of like food and water and stuff. So,
All right.
the crew does not go hungry on their sail from Shipwreck Island to Teak Bay. That takes like
That's twice
2
as
days,
long.
basically.
Twice as long as it normally does.
That is true.
I do just want to know any morale checks, like the way that I'm talking to the crew completely does a 180, where like instead of, like I said, the usual like, oh, you piece of shit, like hoist the fucking thing faster, you call that a thing, my dead grandmother could pull the thing. It is completely done a 180 for like at least the duration of this short trip. Every single one of these people are a goddamn legend. And like I am hyping them the fuck up the entire way that like we're like what we just proved is that this is undisputed the baddest ship on the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
You have a story to tell your grandchildren.
If you live that long.
Captain, I'm going to need a D percentile check for the random encounter table.
No.
Well, yes.
A lot of the random encounter table is actually good stuff.
Well, I got a 29. What does that do?
29? Okay.
The Kraken comes back and he's been working out with weights.
No, that's just barely nothing of note.
Well, it's better than...
That's one above something else and into nothing happens. And you just make it to your destination.
Cool.
Which I believe that that is the threshold cutoff of the bad stuff. Like anything below 29 is the bad stuff. Well, not the bad stuff, but the non-good stuff. Not all of it is bad, but
it all revolves around having to do something.
Yeah.
No, there was that time that we just saw a thing and it was like, that was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Most of that is above nothing of note.
By the way, Ben, I'm letting you know, if we'd have gotten to the I just want to share this. My
Yeah.
next 2 potential rolls were either my bluff check, which is a +10, which was going to be to try and gaslight the crew into thinking the ship is actually in perfect repair.
Okay.
And then when you said Kraken, I was going to take out the jar with the prisoner in it and tell him that if he negotiates with this Kraken to earn our ship's freedom, I'll set him free and make him a full member of the crew.
Oh my god, that's funny.
That's hilarious.
Instead, we got Super Saiyan Crablante over there.
That was fucking awesome.
That was awesome.
The minute I saw the number come up, I saw the dice rolling. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to watch Gillator. Oh my god, this session could not have possibly ended better if we scripted it.
Yeah,
Right?
no, that was so awesome.
The dice told us story.
So as we creep into Teeks Bay, what did we wind up rolling?
Nothing of note on the encounter table.
Okay.
So you make it with your ship limps over the 3 to 4 days to Teak Bay when it should have only taken about 2.
Yeah.
In order to get to let me actually look at this. Zooming out on the map. Actually, it probably should have taken about 4 or 5 days to get there, and it takes like a week.
And we're just so happy we're all alive that the time just doesn't matter.
Right.
Eating doesn't even matter. It's like let's just take turns living.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will never have to buy another drink in any other port that we visit ever again.
Oh,
Do you realize what we've done?
I am frantically composing the song that I'm going to perform when we get there.
Yes.
The hoes gonna love this.
So on that note,
this is a certified pork classic.
That was an amazing end to this session because I need to go to bed.
Fair enough.
It is now 10:12.
Yes.
But do you want to describe Teak Bay real quick? Us landing there, or
I'll open the session on it when we get there next time.
Okay.
So that I can look up a nice thing.
Okay.
I would like to proffer a very large round of applause for our GM tonight, Ben. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you.
Give it up for
Like
your
golf
boy.
clap.
Yippee!
I thought that I was going to kill you.
Oh, yes, and we did not die.
And you know what the funny thing is? So did all of us.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, I'm like, man, I wonder if this goes down, or when this goes down, is he gonna do another pirate game, or maybe it's ninjas this time?
Oh my god.
Well, just to put this out there though for a second, if we lost the ship, there is another ship.
No, but if we lost
That
the
is
ship,
true.
we'd have been stranded in the middle of a storm in the ocean.
In the ocean, yeah.
I mean,
Not
we
in the
would have
middle of
lost
an
most
ocean.
of the crew.
In the middle of Shipwreck Island.
Yeah.
The other ship would also have to make it out of Shipwreck Island.
Yeah.
I know, but it still could be done.
What are the odds of crashing 2 ships?
Right. This is what I'm saying.
Look at the pile of ships behind us and reevaluate that question.
Hey, if we drank our potions of water breathing and just walked across the bottom of the sea until we were out of range of the island.
Right. We have options if the ship goes down. Like it's not.
This is probably most of the crew with the ship going down, but we could still have walked away.
Right.
Once again, if the ship went down, it would have been extra sad because Gillator could just be a crab. It is once again, everyone he knows and loves has died, and he just gets to walk away and be fine.
But
Listen, I
now
don't know
we'd
about
be able
you.
to share your pain.
Well, no, just another layer of thing to traumatize Gillator.
Yes. Yes.
Well, listen, I don't know about you, but I can't sleep underwater. Whenever I'm sideways underwater, water fills my ears. So there's that.
I'm a crab. I'm always sideways underwater.
I almost forgot. The last thing, we all level up.
Thank
I
God.
was wondering when that was going to happen.
You're level
Okay.
6.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream.
Excellent.